Oh, yeah, the UFL is heading into its final week of the regular season, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit and peek ahead to what we got coming up in the playoffs. This is GMP, y'all, and we're talking about NFL wide receiver market and those mighty G-men as they hit 100. Hey, y'all, welcome to Gridiron Nation.
Yo, Gridiron Nation. Come on. It's time I get in the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they remember my name. I got a hunger inside. When the numbers are tied, I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied. I got them back on their heels, about to have me a meal. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the field. Take out the competition, they'll remember the name. The wicked one I always bring it, got my head in the game. Now it's all.
Yeah. What is up, familia? Welcome to another episode of Gridiron Nation Podcast. This is GMP 105. To be exact, man, we up in season 3 already, man. How you guys doing out there? Hope you guys are out there feeling good, living well, and most definitely living blessed, man. I am your host, Gabriel Garcia, a.k.a. the wickedest one, the wicked one. That is me up on that opening track. Y'all be sure to go on and check me out on Spotify or iHeart or Amazon Music, wherever you got it. Just hit your search bar, search The Wicked One, O-N-E, not the number one, it's O-N-E, and you'll find me, all right, man? But anyways, what is up, baby? Yo, this is the podcast that is made for the average hardcore football fan, by the average hardcore football fan. Y'all already understand that's exactly what I am. What is up, familia? Hey, man, so what y'all think what do you think, man? The UFL, we're hitting that last year at the end of the season. Now, for those of you that are new to the UFL this year that gave it a shot, what do y'all think, man? Ask yourselves, man. Holler at me up on my social medias. Let me know. Now, if I pulled you into the whole Renegades fan base thing, I'm sorry, man. I am sorry. Hey, what did they say this week though? What all you kept hearing about on TV was like the best 1-7 team of all time in football, man. And it's possible. It's possible. Hey, but the squad, they got to win this week. A big win against the Battlehawks, man. Finally, we're able to get a win on the Battlehawks. Was no AJ McCarron, but it didn't matter, man, because we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. All right, we'll talk about it. And also, NFL voluntary OTAs have begun. We're gonna touch on that just a little bit. And also the NFL they prepare right now. They're preparing for this wide receiver market to go up. Now, let me ask you guys, do you think that this too much? Do you think the wide receiver market is jumping too much? Well, hold that question in your head, and I'm going to break it down for you guys a little bit later. And also, man, it is time. It is time. Got to show a little bit of respect to those New York Giants, those mighty, mighty G-men, because that old ass has just hit 100 seasons, man. They're about to hit 100 seasons. All right, so that's something to be proud of for their squad, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit. Talk about what they've got coming up this season to celebrate those 100 years, and we'll laugh at the jerseys that they got, those commemorative jerseys that they're gonna be wearing, man. So, but hey, that's what I got for you guys on the rundown today, man. On the rundown. So, hope you guys are out there doing all right, man. I ain't got much in the way of an off the grid topic, but I will put one out there for you guys that I'm going to be running for the next week or two. And I think it's a good one. It's kind of about music and movies, okay, together. Y'all will know a little bit later in the show because I will touch on it, man. But let's get it on. Let's get it going, man. We got to talk about the UFL Week 9 and 10 coming up. But first of all, let's look back on Week 9. I told y'all I've got the Battlehawks and the Renegades playing right now. I try to watch it at least a couple of times a week. I try to watch the game as it happens or right after if I'm working or something. But I also try to watch it again because, doing the Hellraisers podcast, I have to kind of know what I'm talking about. Some of these things, if I'm taking notes and stuff, and when I go back and watch it the second time, I'm crossing off notes. I don't need to talk about that. I don't need to say that. Just mention it. But anyways, man. So I'm watching the replay. Hey, but my Renegades, baby, 36-22. They got it done this week against the top pass defense going into this week. That was the St. Louis Battlehawks. Well, my boy Luis Perez, he went on and lit him up, man. Lit him up, had almost 300 yards passing. A little over 250 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. It was 24-36. Much better game than what we saw last week. There was the 12 incompletions. I get it, but man, every one of his completions, he made them count. He made them count. My boy Sal Canelo, who was my Hellraiser of the game, 5 catches, 70 yards. I say again, I keep saying it every week. This man is the best tight end in the UFL. The thing about him, though, is when you look at guys like Sage Surratt and a couple of others, they're good in the UFL because they're good pass catching tight ends. What Sal Canella is, because of his size and his ability to break tackles out and get free after the catch, his run blocking ability, his pass blocking ability when needed, he is perfect for the NFL. And he's getting up there in age, but I think he would be a perfect addition to a team that just needs a little bit of depth. Maybe a guy that could come in and make a play when you need him to here and there. I think he's going to get an opportunity. At least I hope he does in this offseason, man. But he had himself another good game. So got to give it up to my Renegades, man. Now they're only 2-7. They're not going to the playoffs. Hoping to finish it strong with a win next week against DC. And I'll talk about that game here in just a little bit. We had the Stallions at the Brahmas. It was a snooze fest, but you know what? If you like defense, actually, or run game, which I do, it was a snooze fest for a lot of people that don't. But for me, I was good with it, man. And it was even better. Excuse me. I was even, damn, where did that come from? I promise I ain't been drinking, y'all. This is what I got up in the studio today, all right? I got some water. But those Stallions, man, those Philadelphia Stallions, they finally lost. They drop to 8-1 drop. Yeah, they're still the top team in the UFL. But, man, hey, those Brahmas, that defense showed up. That run game showed up. They got it done 18-9, very low-scoring game. Brahmas move up to 7-2, and this is now a big, big deal because the Battlehawks lost, and I'll talk about that in just a minute when I look ahead to Week 10. Now, we also had the Panthers at the Roughnecks. Panthers got it done 26-22. A lot better game than I expected. I'm going to be real about that. When I talked about it last week, I said, man, ain't nobody going to watch this game. This game going to be trash. It's going to be boring. But the Panthers, they got it done as I expected. Pull up to 7-2. But the Roughnecks, man, they fought, but just couldn't get it done. Lost by 4 points. And then we had the Defenders at the Showboats. Defenders putting up 36 points on them, man. Man, it shows you how bad the Showboats are. I actually picked the Showboats. It was mainly out of pity. If you watched last week, it was out of pity because I was hoping these guys would play for some pride. Show some pride. I mean, Memphis, are they going to be there next year? They're going to have a team in Memphis. A lot of people talking about they need to move the Showboats to Canton. I don't know. According to Moose Johnston, he says that right now they don't foresee any teams relocating next year. And I think the problem is they got to worry about what they got there first. Before you'll see a team relocate before they do an expansion. We already know they're probably not going to do an expansion next year. Are we going to have a season next year? I don't know. They're talking like they are, but we heard that kind of talk with the XFL and the USFL last year too. You know what I mean? And look what happened, man. They had to merge because both teams, it was looking bad. It was looking bad about having a season 2. So we'll see, though, man. We'll see. We're going to find out, of course, obviously, during the offseason and everything like that. But, man, the attendance has not been great. It drops even more this week. I think it was the who was it? The Brahmas that had the highest. They had the highest. No, I don't have it right here on my phone. But the Brahmas had the highest rated attended game of the week. I think it was just over 11,000. Yeah, they had 11,839. Okay. Arlington was second, 8,545. Not bad. Not great. Not bad. It's just kind of But then you have Memphis and DC. 6,387. Houston, Michigan had 6,527. Now the games were in Arlington, in San Antonio, in Memphis, and Houston. Now San Antonio against the Stallions, just under 12,000. I got to be real with you guys. That's not bad. That's not bad, but I expected more. I expected more because, I mean, the Brahmas having a great season that they are. On top of that, you're playing the unbeaten team that is just killing it right now in spring football coming into your house. All right. This could be a possible preview of the UFL championship this year. And to only just get 11,800, man, it was like, that was just weird to me, man. Like I thought we'd see a lot more support out of San Antonio for a game of this magnitude. But who knows, man? I don't know what's going on down there. I do know a lot of people are complaining that they're not getting enough interest out there for the Brahmas, man. And I see like a lot of the fans online and the super fans especially, they try. They're trying, man, and the team tries, and it just I don't know. And it's like this in every single market right now. St. Louis is the only ones that you're getting over 30,000 people per game. Okay, but that's because St. Louis wants football back. They want professional football. They wanted it. And if the NFL were to open up their eyes, they could see, man, this market is primed. But the UFL, I don't know if they want the NFL to get over there. Because if the NFL takes over all of the professional football interest in that area, that is not good for the St. Louis Battlehawks. So I would love to know what Battlehawks think about that, though. I would love to, man. I would love to. But so let's look ahead now to week 10. All right. And so we've got the Panthers at the Stallions. The problem here, y'all, is we're going to watch this matchup, and the Brahmas and Battlehawks, they play this week. But both teams play next week. So are we even going to see a lot of ratings this week? I don't know. I mean, it's weird because I want to watch these games. I do. Because both matchups, of course, it's the playoff matchups. But both of these matchups, the teams are both playing next week. And the UFL has got to be like, man, this is what the UFL did not want. You know what I mean? The only reason it matters for the Brahmas and Battlehawks is because the winner of that game will get to host the playoff game, which will be the XFL Conference Championship. That's the reason that one matters. Panthers and Stallions, two really good teams, the two better teams in the UFL, obviously. I mean, not the UFL, excuse me, the USFL. But I mean, it don't matter who wins this game. It doesn't. So we'll watch it as fans, but I don't expect a lot of the casual football fans to get into this game. But that's going to go down, Panthers at Stallions. That's going to be 12 p.m. Mountain Time, y'all, here in our area on ESPN or SiriusXM on Fox Sports Radio. Now, we got the Brahmas at the Battlehawks, and I did tell you guys this one is going to be to decide who's going to get the home field. Okay, and this is why it was big for the Battlehawks losing, okay, to the Renegades, because they needed that win. They needed that win pretty bad. Now they have to win this game or else. And you know what? I'm going to be real with you. The UFL wants them to win this game. One, because, they want to have that early playoff atmosphere in week 10. You want to get your 30,000 plus. Obviously, they're going to be there. But you want that same energy, that same crowd to be there for the XFL championship. And I'm sorry, but the Brahmas, if they're hosting, they may hit 15,000 at best in that game. They're not coming close to 30,000 plus in the XFL championship game if they have to host it, if they get to host it. So the UFL, they want St. Louis to win this. Now, I'm not saying no conspiracy theory BS about, they're going to make sure that they win. I'm just saying the UFL execs, they're rooting for St. Louis this week, man, because either way, these teams are in next week, win or lose. All four of these teams. Okay, now let's go on to the games that nobody's probably going to care about. And I'll be real, across the board, across all four games, this weekend of the UFL could be the lowest rated weekend, period, of the season. You don't want that if you're the UFL. Why do you think? You look at what the NFL does. There's a reason that they schedule like a lot of these division rivals late in the season, teams that they look out in the landscape and they say these are the teams that could be battling by week 17 for, the division title, for a playoff spot, for a wild card, whatever. And the UFL just doesn't have that yet. They don't have the ability to do that yet. I get that. But man, you've got the Renegades at the Defenders, both teams who are eliminated. Okay, obviously, I'll be watching and rooting, yelling at the TV, jumping up and down, getting hyped like I do if it was a championship or playoff meaningful game. That's how I do it when I watch my Renegades and my Cowboys and my D-backs and my Magic and my Aggies. You know what I'm saying? North Carolina. But we got that one going down. That's 10 a.m. Mountain Time on Sunday. That's going to be in D.C. on ABC. And then we've got the Roughnecks at the Showboats. That's another one nobody's going to care about. 2 1-8 teams. Could be a good game. So I'm going to give you my picks, okay? For week 10, Panthers at Stallions. I'm going to go with the Stallions. I think they're at home. I think they want to go in strong into that playoff game. They're going to have back-to-back home games basically against the same team. Doesn't really matter. If I miss this game for whatever reason, well. And it's messed up because I do support the UFL. I'm going to tell y'all that. You follow my show, you know this. But, I mean, come on. Both teams playing on the same field next week for the one that really matters. I have no interest in this Panthers-Stallions game other than just being a football fan to watch it and hopefully watch a good game, which I think we will. Two very strong defenses going at it. Then you got the Brahmas at the Battlehawks, like I said, and this one is for the home field next week in the XFL Championship. And I think AJ comes back this week because it's big. They need this. And I got the Battlehawks winning at home again. I got the Battlehawks winning at home against the Brahmas. So I don't know. Brahmas are playing not though that defense is anyways. Defenses, but I don't expect them to get a lot in the way of the pass game in this one. They're going to have to run the ball. I like the Battlehawks to win this one with AJ McCarron back. I'm assuming. Okay. That may change. He doesn't come back, but he was the emergency. He was the QB2 this past week. So that tells me a lot. They know what's on the line this week. Right? They know what's on the line. Then we got my Renegades, of course. I will be picking them to take out the Defenders and finish the season out strong, hopefully by winning 3 out of their last 4 games, my Renegades. So we can get that done. I think we close the season strong, considering how bad of a season it has been, how heartbreaking it's been for us. But I like the Renegades to win this game, y'all. All right, so y'all be sure to let me know what you think up on the social medias, man. And I'll let your boy, man. We're going to talk about it just a little bit, all right? But for those of you watching on Fuel, I'm about to pay some bills real quick, man. Go ahead and break, and I'll be right back, y'all. So don't go nowhere, all right? Gridiron Nation podcast, baby. Yes. Welcome back to Gridiron Nation podcast, y'all. I am your host, Gabriel Garcia. Yeah. And it's time to roll on, baby. Let's go, because it is time to talk about the NFL. That's right. It is time to talk about the NFL, and voluntary OTAs have begun. Oh, yes, they have. And, of course, people are making big deals about certain players on certain teams. Guys that are trying to get new contracts. And they're not at OTAs, at voluntary OTAs. And that's okay. See, people are coming at me, hey, man, Michael's not at OTAs. Neither is CeeDee Lamb. What's going on? Y'all got issues there in Dallas. I'm like, no, that's how it works. This is how it always works. Okay, these guys are trying to get a deal done. Now, the big deal comes when mandatories begin, which is going to be, I believe that's June. No, I'm sorry. July 4th? My bad, guys. I was, I took my notes and everything on this, and I just don't know what happened that I wrote down the wrong date. I don't know, but I'm looking up right now. So, mandatory okay, right now, okay, let's just look at this. Okay, for OTAs, voluntary, it's a 9-week whole program, everything like that. Voluntary OTAs, they resume June 10th through the 13th. Okay, so after that, though, when we start looking at everything, the mandatories that come in now, mandatory minicamp, that's going to begin around, for most teams, you're probably looking at around June 11th, after the voluntary OTAs have ended, but mandatory minicamp, that is when you really want to keep an eye on which of these guys are here, which ones are not. All right. So we'll keep touch on it, y'all. You know, there's not a lot of news that come out right now, other than you look at guys like Dak Prescott. He's wanting a new deal, but he's there, guys. And I know I always bring up Dak, but that's because the dude gets so much hate. And all I'm hearing about him is how he's not a $50 million quarterback and it's gonna happen. But y'all were throwing that on Jared Goff, everything like that. But the dude is there and he's working. He's trying to get this stuff done, man. He is trying to win this year. Now they're making a big deal about a comment he made, because you know how like the media will only take one little part, or those pages on social media will take one little part, put it as the headline, and wait for the rest of y'all to start hating in the comments. Well, they were asking him about his contract. And he's basically talking about since the beginning that he played football because he loved it, that he doesn't play because of the money. You know, it was never about that. And of course, social media put that one little thing up and everybody's taking off with it because it's the Dallas Cowboys and because it's Dak Prescott. But we all know what he was trying to say. If you go back and listen to it, get the whole context of everything, what he's trying to say is, look, man, like my agent, he's got his job. That's his job. You know, I'm not worried about the money because I'm here to play some football. And he's proving it by being there at voluntaries. All right, so y'all quit hating on my boy, man. And the team needs to pay him. All right. That was my one opportunity to talk about the Cowboys. I forced it in there, man. I don't care. So y'all just keep a lookout with your boy, man. Keep following me, and we'll try to keep you updated on anything that is newsworthy coming out of voluntary OTAs as we go into mandatory minicamp here in just a couple of weeks. All right, man. So now let's get rolling. Let's keep rolling on a little bit because the NFL is preparing for the wide receiver market to jump again. But it's probably going to happen like the way the quarterback thing did last year when you had about 3 or 4 quarterbacks that were signing and setting the market. And that's what's going to happen, I think, now with what we're looking at with, okay, we got CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Brandon Ayuk. These are the 4 main guys right now at wide receiver that are trying to get a deal done. All right, they're playing into a contract year this year. And my first question is, as a Cowboy fan, CeeDee Lamb, man, is he waiting for the Justin Jefferson deal to get done? Because if you're the team, that's not what you want. If you're any team, that's not what you want. If I'm the Bengals, I'm signing Jamar Chase now before the season starts, before Justin Jefferson gets paid. It resets the market because whoever gets paid after Justin Jefferson, if it's one of these 4 guys, maybe not Brandon Ayuk. I don't know if Brandon Ayuk's going to get that top wide receiver 1 money, like to reset the market. I think he'll be right below them. Okay, but he might be asking for it. I don't know. But CeeDee Lamb, after the year he had last year, probably the best single season by any Cowboys receiver of all time. He's got an argument for that. Justin Jefferson, we all know, is arguably the best wide receiver in the game. And I say he is. And Jamar Chase, of course, who's right behind there with him, with CD. So what I think is that obviously the Bengals, this is Higgins likely his last year. They franchise tagged him. He still hasn't signed it, by the way. But I think he will. But I don't think they're going to sign him. I think they're going to let him walk, or maybe they trade him. I don't know. It's going to be hard to with a franchise tag to trade this dude late in the season before the deadline because, you got those mandatory first round picks that you got to give up for a franchise player. So I don't think that's going to happen. They may just let him play out this last year, see how they do, and let him walk and go and draft themselves as a wide receiver 2 next year because Tyler Boyd is likely going to be signing with somebody else. Actually, he already did. Was it the Titans, right? I think it was the Titans. So Higgins will likely be gone. Jamar Chase is there. And now you got to worry if you're the 49ers about Brandon Ayuk, because what if Brandon Ayuk leaves and you get nothing for this guy? I don't think they're going to trade him by the deadline. I really don't. I don't, because the Niners are going to be, at that point, they're going to be in the strong playoff push, man. You know what I mean? So I don't see that happening for the 49ers. So they could end up losing him with nothing. Now, if they're smart, I'm trading Debo at some point out, maybe in the offseason, and you re-sign Brandon Ayuk. I don't know, but it's hard to tell what these teams are planning on doing, man. Because right now, A.J. Brown, he is the highest paid wide receiver in the league right now at $32 million a year, his annual. Okay. He is taking 12.5% of the total cap of his squad of the Eagles. So, like I said, those other four wide receivers, CD, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. No, I'm sorry, not T. Higgins, Brandon Ayuk. Those four guys could likely each reset the market as each one signed. You know what I mean? Like what happened last year with Jalen Hurts. And then, of course, you had, Justin Herbert and those guys, Lamar Jackson. That is, I think it's going to happen this year. But my question is, guys, a wide receiver making $35 million a year, should that happen? A wide receiver taking 13, almost 14% of the current cap on your squad, should that happen? Everybody wants to talk about the quarterbacks get paid too much. Okay, now let's think about this. If you've got a quarterback making 45 to 50 million, okay, who's a good quarterback, let's just say, and he's taking, let's say, I don't know, about 20% of your cap. Think about this: on every offensive play, more often than not, that quarterback he's on the field every offensive play. He's the one making the calls. He's the one making the decisions, the audibles, reading those defenses, trying to make plays happen, getting the ball to said wide receivers. All right. So I don't have a problem with quarterbacks getting paid. Hell no. I do not. I don't have a problem with any of these guys getting paid, man. Do you? If you feel you're worth it, the market is what sets your value. All right, so people want to get mad at players, quarterbacks, and wide receivers, everybody running back. Oh, y'all need to take a pay cut. Y'all need to take a pay cut so that you could do, everybody wants everyone else to do what Tom Brady did. Tom Brady's the GOAT, man. Stop putting everybody on his level and wanting everyone. Y'all don't ask them to play like him. Okay? Tom Brady decided to do for him what he did. That is what it is. Okay? But I'm not going to ask anybody to take a pay cut. I'm sorry, you go to my job, and while I'm not making the money these dudes are, I'm not taking a pay cut just because y'all asked me to. Hey, Gabe, take a pay cut so that way we can hire some more people. You can kiss my ass. Give me some more hours, and we're all good. I ain't taking no pay cut. No reason any of these dudes should. Now, with that said, to take almost 14% of the current cap, which could reach 20% after all this reset goes down this off season, or from now through the end of next season, with all these guys getting paid, these receivers, it could go up to 20%. That is when I think it is too much. I think the wide receiver market is getting too high. I get it. It's a passing game, but there's a reason that there are so many good wide receivers in the league. And that's because of the amount of passing that goes on in today's game, which is another reason why I'm not mad at quarterbacks getting paid, because they're doing a lot more than the receivers are. I'm just going to be real like that. You can hate on that if you want to. I'm sorry if you play wide receiver. So did I in high school on both sides. Okay, cornerback, but don't get all hurt. It's just what it is. Quarterbacks deserve to get paid a lot more than the wide receivers do. Okay, so when wide receivers start being the ones that everybody's throwing losses on their shoulders every single time that they lose, then you can tell me that they deserve 20% of that cap, even close to that, more than 15%. Right now, I don't think so, but I think it's going to get over 15% of the cap, could get close to 20 when this is all done, when all four of these guys have signed. So that's the way it's going to be, though, man. I just feel like wide receivers 10 years ago, okay, 10 years ago, 16 mil a year was the max. We're talking about 2024. Right? That's where we're at right now. So when you look back a decade ago to 2014, in 2014, Larry Fitzgerald and Megatron were getting 16 million. Those were the two highest paid wide receivers in the game. And you look at them, these guys are Hall of Famers, all right? Then, of course, A.J. Brown came in a year later, and he doubled that up, man, at 32 million a year. And he was hitting 12.5% of that cap. So now with A.J., like I said, A.J. Brown, I'm sorry, he's the one at 32 million. I was looking at the total wrong note. All right. Now, Antonio Brown came in a year later, all right? 17 mil in 2017. That's what he was getting a year. All right. He was only at 10% of the cap. But now, here we are a decade later, and we don't know if all these guys may not be may not be Hall of Famers. But they're going to be getting paid a lot more. All right, so I just don't feel that wide receivers should be getting paid. I don't feel back up. Shouldn't be getting paid what they're about to start getting paid. That's just the way I see it. You know, why isn't everybody yelling for Jamar Chase to take a pay cut? Or Joe Burrow for that matter. He ain't won nothing yet. He's always hurt. I'm just going by based on stuff I hear about my squad. Everybody talk about Dak Prescott needs to take a pay cut. But then everybody's like, oh, CeeDee Lamb need to get paid. Really? Yeah, I want CeeDee Lamb to get paid. He ain't going nowhere. I don't want him going anywhere. Do what you got to do, Jerry. They're going to get paid either way. It's inevitable. I may be sitting here saying I don't like the amount of cap that the wide receiver one position is going to be demanding. But that doesn't matter what I think, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen because the market decides the value, not the fans, not the players, okay? The market. That's the way it goes down, all right? Let me know what y'all think, man. Hit up your boy. I think this is a good topic, though. This is definitely a good topic, and we're going to keep an eye on it, you know, because these guys are trying to get new contracts done. So there's going to be news coming out over the next few weeks, y'all. So you be sure to keep following your boy, and I'm going to take care of y'all on the news side of that. All right, man. But I got to take one more break, y'all. Yeah. This is Gridiron Nation Podcast, y'all. Don't go nowhere, all right? Yeah. Welcome back to Gridiron Nation Podcast, Gridiron Nation 105. To be exact, y'all, thank you for joining me. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on the Fuel Network or one of their social media channels, if you're listening on Spotify, if you're listening on iHeart, if you're listening on Amazon Podcasts, if you're listening to Apple Podcasts, thank you, each and every one of you, on Pocket Casts, wherever you're listening or watching. It's much love and much appreciation for each and every one of you, all my familia out there, Gridiron Nation. Yo, y'all already know, man, what it is with your boy, Gabriel Garcia, a.k.a. The Wicked One. It is time to get to the main topic of the day. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Y'all heard that right at the beginning. I am giving the love today. Okay, maybe a little bit of love. I don't know, to the New York Giants, man. I mean, what can you say? 100 seasons of the G-men, and I think it's an accomplishment that this team has been around as long as they have. You know, started back in 1925, y'all, and they're closing in on that 100 seasons now. They've got a huge year-long thing that they're going to have going on. They've got events going on there in New York. They got so much stuff. I was reading about all this, doing my research, and I'm like, man, there's no way I'm mentioning everything. So if you need to just go on and Google it, you can actually find it on the New York Giants website, their official website. They've got the information on there. All right, but I mean, right now, let's start it off, man. The NFL is going to show them their love, you know, and so is NFL Films, because Hard Knocks is kicking off a new thing this year. You know, y'all know how they started, like with the in-season thing. Now they're doing an NFL Hard Knocks off-season. All right, and they're the first team they're going to feature this year is the New York Giants. You're going to get to see everything from the end of the season in January up until minicamp. And, you know, you're going to see all the wheelings and dealings just going on, everything behind the scenes, how they're deciding on players and stuff like that, building the team And that's something I'm probably going to watch. It's only a 5-part series. Will be very interesting, man. So New York Giants kicking off Hard Knocks off season here pretty soon. Now, I believe it's July 2nd. Okay, premieres Tuesday, July 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's 7 p.m. here in our neck of the woods in the Southwest. And it will be available on HBO if you have it like cable TV, or it will be on the Max app. All right, so y'all be sure to check that out. 100th season of the New York Giants, man. They did a whole logo, and like there's a thing on their website that it breaks down each part of the logo for different parts of this 100 seasons, man. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Like every single little part of that logo, the official, New York Giants 100 seasons or whatever logo, just every single part has a meaning to it. Kind of cool. All right. And then you've got merchandise that they're going to be selling all season long, commemorating their 100 seasons. All right, there's a podcast series that's going to be going on about the best players in Giants history. And I think you can even vote on this stuff on their website. At least I saw. And no, I wasn't on there becoming a fan, JP. Okay? You're like, oh, so you were on our website. What you really doing, dog? Still research. Research. Let's talk about the jerseys a little bit, though. All right? Let's talk about those Giants jerseys because it's freaking hilarious. That's why. That's why. That's the because it's freaking hilarious. We want to talk about it. All right. Now, let's go up to hang on. I'm gonna scroll a little bit because I'm going to share this screen with you guys. Okay, and I'm gonna let you see what these jerseys look like. If you're watching on the Fuel Network or on YouTube, all right, then you're gonna be able to see what I'm talking about. But you've probably seen them anyways. All right, and there they are. Oh, in all their horrific glory. Yes. This is horrible, y'all. What you doing, man? What are y'all doing? Huh? Nasty ass looking jerseys, man. I mean, okay, so let's take this overlay off real quick, all right? So you can get the whole picture there. Well, it is the whole picture. All right, let's bring it back. Now there's your jerseys right there. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like the jerseys? I know JP didn't like them. There we go. All right, so you've got the little, like, of course, the wannabe Wolverines thing here. And when you look back at the old picture, you kind of see the resemblance. But that's because there's something y'all forgot here in this ugly ass little setup of jerseys you got. You forgot the leather helmets, dog. That's what they're supposed to be like, I guess, resembling is what they had on the leather helmets. Okay. And I don't know. I know there's a story to the rest of this. See, there's the little logo down in the left corner that I was telling y'all about. But if there's a story and everything, there's a reason. Every part of the jersey, I get that. Just like the logo and those pants, those are horrible. How do you got those pants? Who looked at this and then said, you had the jersey made and the helmet, and you're like, all right, whoever designed this, they came to him and said, okay, you know what we need? We need the pants now. We need the pants. And what dumbass was given the job and approved? Another dumbass that approved it, the idea. But what dumbass came up with the idea and said, look at that. What do we got? We got red, white, blue. You know what'll look good? If we do some khaki damn pants, all right? We do some beige looking tan pants. Oh, that's perfect. It's beautiful. Whoever approved that, first of all, should be fired. Ran out of New York, never to return again. Okay, actually stay there because this is freaking hilarious. This is comedy, and I'm sorry. These are the second ugliest jerseys that I've seen in a long time. Second. Okay, the first, of course, belonging to the Pittsburgh Steelers, those ugly ass bumblebee looking jerseys. Yeah, those ones. I mean, even the old Green Bay ones ain't so nice looking, but we got to consider how old the style is. Now, it doesn't matter, actually. Giants, man, what were y'all thinking doing this? All right, the jerseys. I mean, even the jerseys themselves, man, the way they have it set up, it's horrible. I know you want to do a throwback style, modernize it a little bit, man. How y'all ain't even put nothing with the Giants on your freaking helmets. Freaking leather ass helmet wannabes. That's what it should have been. But Thank you, New York Giants, for giving us some material to laugh at you guys. You know, especially Daniel Jones right there. Yeah, we see you, Daniel Jones. We see you, bro. They'll be wearing their ugly ass jerseys. I don't even know when they're wearing them. Do any of y'all know? I don't know. But all right, all right. I'm gonna stop. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with the Giants. Okay, because let's talk a little bit more about them. Now they got this 100th season coming in. All right, so it's a big deal. It is a big deal. Now you had Kayvon Thibodeau just recently talking about that he's going after Strahan's and TJ Watt's record this year. He says he's planning on doing it every year, but he made sure to kind of point it out this year. It was just recent actually. So he had what did he have? This is his third season. Okay, 11 and a half sacks last year. All right, so that's good. That's really good. The record is 22 and a half. So he's going to have to double that, literally double that to beat the record. Is it possible? I ain't going to say it's not. You know why? Because they added Pro Bowler Brian Burns in that trade with Carolina. All right. He's going to be a monster, going to take some of that heat off. And then you got Dexter Lawrence there, man. Another Pro Bowler right there. Arguably the best at his position in the game now. So this is going to be big. And, you know, with that kind of defensive line, I could see how Thibodeau could end up getting quite a few sacks. He's going to top that 11 and a half this year. I will say that. Thibodeau is going to top 11 and a half sacks this year. Lock it in. Mark it down. You know what I mean? Barring, of course, things you don't like happen, like injuries where he has to miss some games. But I do expect him to at least get to 15 this year. And he's looking at beating that record set by TJ. It's tried by TJ Watt, and it was originally set by Strahan, 22 and a half. It could happen, and it would be big if it happened with their 100th season celebration year going on. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see, man. But you know, they got new defensive coordinator, Shane Bowen. He has come in and said that they want their defensive trademark to be quote unquote violence. So we're going to find out, man. But if that defense comes strong with some violence, it's going to be good for them. Now, offensively, they got a lot of other issues, man. I mean, of course, you got Daniel Jones coming back. Now, you got Drew Lock. That's his backup. He could be playing for a spot there. That's all I'm saying, man. Daniel Jones is going to be battling injuries again. You know it's going to happen anyways. Devin Singletary is their RB1 now. Their RB2 is Eric Gray right now. Singletary has come out as PFF's lowest rated starting running back. Wow. Wow. Y'all, that's considering that while y'all were hating on Zeke, Zeke's going to be RB1 in Dallas right now, at least. That's the way it's looking. So that says a lot, man. Singletary, though, man, you're going to have a tough time there, bro. It's going to be a tough time. But, you know, of course, you got wide receiver Malik Neighbors there. Okay. And I mean, I've always felt the Giants had a very, very good wide receiver core full of, what's the word I'm looking for? Support players. You know what I mean? Like good wide receiver twos and slots, man. You got Wan'Dale Robinson there. Okay, and I think they added well in Robinson. Hey, you've got man, who else y'all got there? Of course, I said Malik Neighbors. You got Jalen Hyatt. Can't believe I forgot him. There's a good chance that he could be playing the slot. You use his speed, that's going to be dangerous, man. It's going to be dangerous. Isaiah Hodgins is still there. We've seen what he's had the ability to do. And, of course, Darius Slayton. Okay, the speedster. So, and he's trying to get a new deal done. I don't know if he got it done. I could be wrong. He might have already got it done. I'm not sure. And then you, Darren Waller, nobody knows what's going on, but you've got Daniel Ballinger there. Love Ballinger as a tight end and what he's going to become is, you know, and of course the offensive line, they added a lot of guys on there. Got John Runyon on there. Evan Neal, this is his last year probably to show something. Okay, and of course, big Andrew Thomas there. But the key is going to be Daniel Jones. Okay, and if he's not going to be putting up a lot of points, you might not have a lot of pass rushing opportunities every single game in and game out for Thibodeau. So that's how that relates to in terms of offense to his defense, pass rushing, trying to break that record here in the 100th season of the Giants. But hey, That is what it is, man. We're going to find out, though, because the Giants are going to be locking in Daniel Jones at QB1, no matter who the backup is, no matter how Tommy DeVito played last year. It doesn't matter, because on the depth chart right now, he's quarterback 3. Will Drew Lock compete for that spot? Daniel Jones is getting paid, y'all. They're paying him. So he's going to be QB1. I'm sorry, Giants fans. JP, I apologize for that. No, I don't. But straight up, hey, much respect to the New York Giants, man. It is to be celebrated, 100 seasons of the G-Men, man. They're one of the most historic teams in the NFL, in professional football, period, in sports, period. With 8 championships, going back all the way that, they've got the, 4 Super Bowls. So got to show respect to the Giants, definitely as a division rival, but definitely as a professional football team, just what they've been able to do and keep this thing together, man. For 100 seasons, man, it's dope. It's dope for you're hitting that century mark, and they deserve to get some applause for that, y'all. So don't hate on the Giants completely, okay? Because this is something to be celebrated, all right? But that's all I got for you guys this week, man. That's it. I'm looking at it's going up to an hour already, man. All right. But let's keep rolling on to the closeout. So real quick, I wanted to, by the way, my condolences to the family, loved ones, and I'm sorry, I was looking at this freaking note right here, of Bill Walton, Hall of Fame basketball player, one of the greatest NBA players of all time, basketball players, period, one of the greatest collegiate players of all time. And man, the guy, his character, his personality on TV is one of the best television sports personalities still to this day, okay, of all time. And when you hear about the kind of person he was and people that knew him, it you need to just show your respect, man, because he was a great one. He was a great one. So rest in peace to Bill Walton. And also, guys, I wanted to remind you guys this year, this is the Olympics this year, baby. So I'm going to be doing an episode on that here in the next few weeks. Okay, because the Olympics will be starting here. I believe it's late July, early August. But I'll keep y'all posted on that, man. So I'm a big Olympics fan. I'm huge with the Olympics, man. I love watching the Olympics. I love rooting for the United States. I love rooting for Mexico when the events that they're in, the few events that they're usually in. So it's always dope to watch as a sports fan, man, and as a competitive and an American. It's so much fun to get into the Olympics every 4 years. So I'm gonna have some fun talking about it this year, y'all. This will be the first time I actually get to talk about it on Gridiron Nation, man. So it's gonna be fun, man. We're gonna have trials coming up pretty soon, in track and field and stuff. So we're gonna keep an eye on everything, man. All right, we're gonna keep an eye on everything, and I'm gonna keep y'all posted. Okay. Now, y'all be sure to hit me up on my social medias on Instagram, GGarcia_gridiron, okay? Or on X at the #1 Gridiron Nation, at 1 Gridiron Nation. Hit me up with all your opinions on the show. Let me know what y'all think, all right? And don't forget to hit me up on Facebook. Okay, you can find me at Gridiron Nation 1, or just type in Gridiron Nation in the search bar and it'll pull up. Find me on TikTok. Now, I changed it, guys, because my new show, Off the Grid, who I've officially kicked off the first season with episode 1. I had Jackie and Joey of Adams Radio Group, Hot 103 here in Las Cruces. If you're from the area, you know who they are. It was a fun conversation, man. It was a lot of fun. I'm getting ready to set up my next interview for next weekend, and I'll be dropping the new episode in 2 weeks. But I'm going to be doing a lot of the reels on there, so I decided to change the TikTok from it was at Gridiron Nation Podcast to now it's at Garcia.grid. Okay. So y'all be sure, if you have not followed me on TikTok yet, stop being a hater. Okay. I'm trying to grow, y'all. I'm trying to do some good things here and hopefully keep entertaining y'all. And, I can't grow though. I can't get up on TikTok streaming until I get 100 followers, and I ain't even close. So y'all help your boy out a little bit, and I would really appreciate that. All right. You can email me your questions. Again, no questions this week, man. What's going on, guys? What's up with that, man? Nobody's got no questions for me. Something y'all want to talk about? Nothing. I see you sending them into other podcasts, y'all. Come on now. Gridiron Nation podcast at gmail.com. Shoot me your questions, man. And I'll be sure to talk about it next week if I get something this week. All right. And don't forget, Gridiron Nation comes to you every Tuesday evening. All right. So y'all just be ready to keep following your boy. And also, Hellraisers podcast representing the fan base of the Arlington Renegades. Very proud of this because I am still the only podcast that is fully devoted to covering the Arlington Renegades. They don't even have their own official podcast. And there's no other fans that have a podcast dedicated solely to the Renegades. That's yours truly, Hellraisers Podcast. Y'all be sure to check me out. Fridays available on Spotify. Okay, Fuel Network. They will be running that every Friday morning, y'all. You can catch it on the social medias, or you can catch it playing live on the Fuel app, which goes through all your Roku devices. It's completely free, and on your Amazon and Fire Stick devices. All right, so download it. Fuel Network, it's there. You can find my boy Jersey the King doing his thing with the Gridiron, which I will be back this Saturday, y'all. I am happy to say I will be back this Saturday, so y'all be sure to get ready for that. A fun episode of the Gridiron with me and my boy Jersey the King, man. He's also got the Jersey the King show. You can catch it also there on the Fuel Network, okay? And you can catch Hellraisers podcast on the United Football Media channel on YouTube, okay, every single Friday afternoon, y'all. So y'all go on and check it out. Go on and look it up on YouTube, man, and it'll be there. It'll be there, all right? Now, real quick, also, I told you guys Off the Grid with Gabe Garcia, available on YouTube and all audio streaming platforms. Right now, I'm having some issues, though. Right now, I've got it up on iHeart, up on Pocket Casts, and it's up on Amazon, and it is up on Spotify. Apple is playing games with me right now. So is Tidal. Okay, so I'm trying to get them up on there. So I'm just be patient with me, okay? But it's up on the rest of them, y'all. If not, just go on and check it out, y'all. It is Off the Grid with Gabe Garcia. Support your boy, man. I'm trying to do some good things for the community, do some good things for people that don't just like talking sport. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I could be entertaining for y'all. So y'all go on and support it. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. It's Off the Grid with Gabe Garcia. You'll find it on YouTube. Go on and subscribe. Help your boy out. Share it, okay? Now, this is going to be the GMP Off the Grid segment for next week, or maybe the week after if I can get my boy Rich Brown. I know I said we do it this week, but man, my schedule's all messed up this week. All right, so that's all I'm saying. Can't do the live stream this week, obviously, because you're watching this now as a recorded one. But hey, it is what it is. But anyways, see, I start rambling, then I get off topic. GMP Off the Grid. My next social media segment will be: what movie ruined a song for you? Hashtag what say you? Well, while you think about that over the next week or so, let me tell you why this topic came up. Okay. So me and Betsy, we're driving the other day. We have Lily with us, and Lily wants to hear some Selena. So, we throw on some Selena. We're driving home, and she's just shuffling the music. It's shuffling, and Dreaming of You from Selena comes up. And this is the song, y'all, that ruined not the song, the movie Selena. I love the movie, love it, but it ruined that song for me. And let me tell you why. It's one of the most beautiful songs that she has done. Okay, still such a beautiful, beautiful love song called "Dreaming of You." But the problem is when I hear it now, I think of the part in the movie when it starts playing at the end. When it's all slow motion and they're at the hospital and they're breaking to the family that she is gone. And everybody breaks down crying, man. And it's the saddest point of the movie. It's heartbreaking, especially as a Selena fan. So when I hear that song now, as many times as I've seen the movie, that part comes into my head. And I don't know. It's tragic. Went from being a beautiful, beautiful love song to a tragic song for me because of that movie, because of the part that they play it on. Okay? So I had to explain myself here. That's why. So in that sense, if there is a song you can think of that you loved, that all of a sudden a movie played it and it kind of ruined it for you because maybe there was a scene or something, hit me off, all right? Let me know. I'm going to put it out there, and if I can get enough participation in this one, Then I'll read off the answers like old school. We'll talk about it like old school GMP. All right. Now, before I go, guys, my message, of course, it is Memorial Day week. Happy Memorial Day to those of you. I hope you guys celebrated responsibly and happily, man, with your friends, and family, and just took time to remember the reason we were able to celebrate it is because of those that have given the ultimate sacrifice. Those who have laid down their lives, be it willingly or not. When you sign up, you're probably doing it willingly, not knowing that. But to those who have served and ultimately lost their lives in service to this country and to its people, like myself, to their memories and to their families, I humbly say thank you. Thank you to those who gave up pretty much everything, which was their life, so that we can be here just doing the things that we do, that we love to do every single day, man. It's much respect to all the veterans that have lost their lives in service to this country, to the United States, man. And I got nothing but love for the memory of each and every one of you. All right, so now, hope you guys were safe and nobody was in jail, okay? Because that's not how we want to celebrate this thing. All right? That's not how we celebrate it, man. But I am about to get up out of here, guys. But before I do, you guys already know this is the thing every single week, okay? Is that I gotta just tell you guys, no matter what life is putting out there for you, no matter how hard it's being, hopefully it's a short week for y'all. That's a good thing this week, okay? Remember the reason why we have that short week on Memorial Day. Just saying, all right? But no matter what life's going to throw at you guys this week, no matter what it is, just remember to keep your chin in the wind. You keep walking on, and you either walk through that problem, you stand there and you deal with the problem and move it out of your way, or you flow around the problem. You adjust to it, you adapt. Because in the words of the great Bruce Lee, man, y'all already know to say it with me. All y'all got to do is be water, my friends. I am out, familia. I will catch you guys next week with Gridiron Nation podcast. Be on the lookout for the off the grid topic. Which movie ruined the song for you? And also, y'all be ready to catch me this Friday on Hellraiser's podcast. I'll be breaking down week 10, looking back on week 9, man, as we get ready to end the season for the Renegades, man, for the Arlington Renegades. And I say that so sad, so sad. Hey, by the way, y'all like the new backdrop? I just had to adjust some things. I brought the Run DMC Funkos up a little bit, putting on the show back there. I got the tidbit on this side. All right. And of course, you see the logo back there, baby. And then, of course, my Justin Bua DJ print up in the back, baby. Yeah, trying some new things here at Gridiron Nation, man. So I hope you guys are digging in. You see the little video kind of thing in the backdrop there. And you can see it around. You see out here? Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, if y'all listening right now, you're like, what the hell is this fool on right now? What is he talking about? You got to be watching it to understand what I'm saying, man. But hope you guys are digging it, man. Let me know what you guys think. If there's something I can change about it, make it a little more eye appealing, let me know. All right. Or if you're loving it, let me know and I'll keep it going. All right, man. But thank you guys. I am your host, Gabriel Garcia. Hey, this is Gridiron Nation podcast, y'all. Like I said, no matter what life's throwing at you, please be water, my friends. You can get around it. You can get through it. You just got to adapt. You know what I'm saying? I will catch you guys next week again. Okay. And be on the lookout for, just keep following me. So I'll let y'all know what's going on with the Off the Grid and my next interview that I've got coming up. All right. But see you guys soon, man. This is Gridiron Nation podcast. I am your host, Gabriel Garcia. Yeah, I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side, on the B side, whatever side you want to be on, man. It's all one love. Gridiron Nation. Peace.
It's time I get in the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready.